Oh, ow. Okay, his punches do a lot of damage, though. Holy sh... Hey everyone, welcome to the finale of Painkiller Atonement here on the last level, Tower of Power. And we have to just simply kill both Astaroth and Ramiel. So, yeah, hopefully I said that right. Yeah, no time limit or anything, we just gotta kill them both. So, I don't know, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, in the original High Seas level, you fought them both at the same time and they shared the same health bar. I'm not sure if that's the case this time around, where we'll fight them simultaneously, or it'll actually be separate. I don't know. All I know is that we just gotta kill them both. So, I did restore my card loadout here. So we got the Fireworks one and the Vitality one, increasing our cap health and reducing explosive damage to us. I don't know if they do have explosive attacks, but if they do, that'll help. But I mean, regardless, it'll still increase my damage, so that's good. And then if I end up using these, then this is what I got for this, but I'm not sure. I haven't had to use the golden cards at all during this playthrough, so we shall see. All right. Here we go.
Finally, angel and demon show their true faces to me.
Welcome, Bill.
Guess I just played it a little bit, just enough to give some context there, but yeah, so. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and skip that and just get right to it. Woo! Alright, here we go. Okay, yeah, it seems like it's just going to be one at a time. Alright, here we go. First up. So this one must be Astaroth. Ooh, what's he doing? Woo! Oh wow, that did a lot of damage to me. Okay. Definitely got to make sure to avoid that. Oh shit. Not sure what was actually hurting me there, I'm not gonna lie. Oh shit, meteors. Just kind of keep my distance here. Ooh, except for that. Oh shit. Oh, that kind of spans across the entire thing. Okay. So I guess when he does that, I just need to try and climb the tree or something. Go ahead and take this for now. Oh shit. That was risky. Woo! I don't know if I could jump off the map or not, but... Oh shit. That might have still gotten me. What are you laughing at? So I don't know if I could shoot those. Nope, I don't think I can. Almost there. Oh, I tried to get up there. Okay, I'm in trouble. Now I'm in trouble. Okay, let me grab this. Alright, that's one down. Ooh, you're quick. You're quick. You're real quick. Alright, this one must be Ramiel. He kind of looks like Samael, but a little different. I don't know, like, these characters or whatever. In reality, I'm not sure if they're at all related or anything like that. Well, where'd you go? There you are. You are fast, but I'm faster. Woo! Oh, mama. Okay, so far this guy's actually a lot easier. Oh, I missed. That's cool, he can spawn enemies. Woo! Other than him being quick on his feet, yeah, he's definitely easier than the other one. Oh, shit. Oh, God. That's the only time he gets scary, is when he's right up on you. Have some rockets. Oh, ow. Okay, his punches do a lot of damage, though. Holy shit. Boosh! Down you go. And there we go. Oh, what's that? Is that a... That's a secret. There's a cheeky little holy item up here. Let me go ahead and get that really quick. What are you doing up here? Imagine I died from that. I'm gonna save just in case. Alright, there it is. The big old beautiful blue ending. Very cool. Nice. Very good mod. Very good. Definitely a much better way to play this game. 100%. It fixes so many things that was wrong with it. I definitely enjoyed it. There we go. Iron Will. Enemies cannot hurt you. Alright, we'll go ahead and watch it. Alrighty. So he only had the credits for the mod anyway. So didn't even have to skip the original ones. Very cool. Alright, yes. Kind of go over some final thoughts here. Very good. Very, very good. Much better additions to everything. A lot of stuff has been fixed or just made much more enjoyable, per se. Wait, hang on, let me just... Okay, I was just checking. Just checking. But yeah. Nowhere near as many bugs. I didn't experience any crashes whatsoever. The overall experience in terms of balancing and everything like that, much better. There are still, of course, a couple tweaks here and there that could be used in certain levels, but again, they're not even really major issues or anything like that. So, yeah, much, much better. As far as the visuals go, I do like that a lot of it was still maintained kind of towards the original, but it was still changed in such a way that it added on to it. It was better. There were a couple of issues with this level in terms of performance, like some of the weather, all of the different things going on in the level. That was kind of a moment on performance, but as far as I've heard, it's already been patched and fixed, so should be at least a lot better. It should be better now. I haven't actually tested it myself, but in this particular build, after the technical update number 1, it should be much better. So that has already been addressed, and it should be good. Otherwise, in every other level, yeah, same sort of visual quality was maintained or even made better. So much, much better on that. The enemies, overall, again, much better balanced. Certain enemies were also brought in from other games or just they were rearranged, so they were much more fitting towards each level. Their certain visual effects were restored, like every time an enemy spawned in. If I remember correctly, again, in the original, they would just kind of pop into existence. So in this one, he actually brought back the visual effects that appear when enemies spawn in and stuff like that. Different enemies had unique spawn-in visual effects too, so that was very cool to see. And then with this being built on the Reloverdose platform, a lot of the jibbing sound effects and death animations were also carried over to this one, so it was very cool to see some of those as well. I did enjoy seeing a lot of them. They were very unique to their own actual characters. Like, for example, one of the ones that I do remember is like very well is the enemies with the alcohol bottles that are similar to the Doc's enemies. Those guys, when they do that animation, they take one last big old swig and then they fall like they were literally blackout drunk. So yeah, just cool stuff like that. Another one I remember is like the surgeon enemies with the buzz saws in their hands. As one like last little ditch effort, they literally saw their own guts out. Like, it's pretty gruesome, but again, it's a neat detail within their own character. So very cool stuff. A couple of restored enemies as well that were cut. So one was the crab, for example. Again, they pretty much just behave like the little bugs from the original first game. Very similar to that, but they actually give you souls, so that's cool. And then I think the other one was a different version of the dog. I don't know the specific name, probably Beast or something, but yeah, it was a different version of the dog. So very cool. Secrets, huge upgrade on the secret areas. There were way more of them. And even with that, it wasn't too overwhelming. I mean, the high seas one kind of was, because again, I just saw 20 secrets, holy shit. But they were still very easy to find. If I really wanted to look for the other 3, I probably would have ended up finding them eventually. But it's just, I'd already been going at it for so long. I'm like, yeah, 17 is good enough. But yeah, still didn't feel very overwhelming. I didn't have to go off the rails to try and find any of them, except for like maybe 1 or 2 of them throughout the whole campaign, where I was just like, yeah, I got no idea where these things are, but I was able to find a vast majority of them still without any issues whatsoever. Maybe I had to go back and forth a couple times, but again, not a big deal. And they were definitely valuable, so whenever I found them, it was actually worth finding them because they provided ample gold, or they gave you really good items like health or armor, stuff like that. It wasn't just like, one object to destroy or something like that. No, it was definitely worth finding them, that's for sure. Or if it was just one item, like one holy item or something, it wasn't that hard to find it. Like, it would either be just out in the open, like you would be able to see it from far away, you just had to figure out how to get to it, or it would just be kind of off to the side, like it wouldn't be that hard to find it. So yeah, very good stuff. The soundtracks, again, this one is always more subjective, but I do like that he did keep a lot of the original ones in, or even bring back, like, again, restore a lot of ones that were supposed to be in the original, but they never actually played. So one example of this is the cathedral here. There's two different ambient tracks that are supposed to play, or maybe there's three. I can't fully remember, but there's definitely two, at least two. There's like a very beautiful light side. I think I literally looked at the names of them too in the tracks. I think it's called like light side, and then there's like a really dark atmosphere as well once you get into like the second part, like the upside down part. Those were always there, but they never played in the original. It was always a different one that played. So I'm glad that he brought those back in this one, because yeah, it's definitely much better. And then that's kind of the case for many of these levels too, where it would just play one track, or there would be a bunch of tracks that just were missing, even though they were there in the files. So he restored those, and then he also changed a couple of them just to his preference or whatever. They all fit pretty well, so I really don't have anything crazy to say about those. I'm not too picky with it, but as long as it sounds good, I'm good with that. The card challenges were much better. They weren't, anything ridiculous. They weren't like super easy, but they were also not just absolutely insane. So it was very fun to get those. And then overall, yeah, just the levels themselves, the geometry, all that stuff, a lot of that has been fixed. The enemy AI is able to actually traverse the levels without getting stuck on anything, or they don't spawn in very strange places to where they'll get stuck on each other or just completely lost, things like that. The only thing, again, that I find a little strange is just that big open area in this level right before you go into the lower dungeon part. And don't get me wrong, what the enemy choices that were made here with the flying enemies and then just the enemies in the middle, much better, for sure, absolutely. But there wasn't really that much else done with it, and I really just feel like the reason for that is because it's just such an awkward area to, put stuff in. It's so wide open, and then there's just debris and ruins everywhere. So yeah, it's really awkward to kind of put a bunch of enemies on the outskirts, because yeah, they're just gonna get stuck or whatever. Very awkward to deal with. But other than that, everything else was really good. Very, very good. Much better balanced. Things they didn't seem broken. The enemies knew where I was. They always had a way to reach me or attack me. So much better. And then yeah, the overall pacing of each level, again, taking a bunch of different random directions that you could go, and either blocking them off entirely or just making it so that there's now a linear path to follow. So much better. I was not at all confused on where to go. The checkpoints were in much better placements. So yeah, I always, even like in high seas, there were a couple different like loops that would happen, but instead of me being confused on where to go, the checkpoint was placed in a specific direction. So I knew I was supposed to go that certain way. That was the way forward. And then I was like, okay, maybe this other direction is actually a secret or something like that. I wasn't actually confused and be like, okay, if I go this way, am I just going to skip half the level, or, am I going to miss something? So yeah, never once actually felt overwhelmed or confused about direction and pacing in these levels. That is done much, much better. Other than that, I really don't have too much else. I do like that this was split into two again, because it truly does feel like these are two separate levels, even though it all does flow. If you put it together, it literally is all in one. But yeah, this part again, it feels like it's more of the suburban kind of side of things, and then this one is like the industrial side. So even though it's the same setting, kinda, it does feel like it's two different parts. And again, I spent like 40 to 50 minutes on each of these, so it would have been even longer than High Seas if those were put together. So yeah, overall, much, much better. So if you have not played the original Resurrection, I still wouldn't really recommend doing that if you don't really want to. I mean, I would just say if you really want to understand the difference between the original and this one, just watch like a playthrough or something in your spare time if you want to. Otherwise, if you actually want to play the game, I would just absolutely recommend you play this version of it. This is so much better. Far, far superior. Like, it's not even funny. It's just, yeah, much better. You will have a way better time playing this version, without a doubt. So, huge thank you to TanZit for sending me this early so that I was able to start some episodes and actually release them when the mod first launched. And then as we go, he would release a few patches to kind of get things fixed up or whatever by watching something that might happen in my playthrough or just something that he discovers later, whatever. But also huge thank you to just him and Wreckfield or Smoshed, as well as everyone else that you saw in the credits for putting this all together. So this has kind of been the accumulation of a bunch of different works throughout the years. So like different levels have been made by different people, and then this is kind of just all of them coming together in the final mod that is Atonement. So very good work. This is much better. You guys are freaking awesome for still putting love into this franchise and actually making it worth playing and talking about. So very, very good. I will have their channel link, TanZit's channel, in the description below, as well as both Smoshed and TanZit's Discord in the description. So show them some love, download this for yourself. You'll have a good time with it, I promise. Other than that, if you guys liked the series, leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, go ahead and show them some love as well. And I will see you guys on the next one.